Three, two, one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for those watching at home, to those who are in attendance, let's get ready to podcast. We've got Ripmaster Mike, and we've got the host of the Randomly Irregular Podcast, Dean the Pristine of Nothing. And we're going to be talking about the greatest fight that has come along in a long time. That's right, everyone. Canelo versus Crawford. And we're going to talk with these two brilliant sports fans that will give you their take on it. And let's start it off, gentlemen. Canelo versus Crawford. Dean, you start.
Deej.
What was your thoughts going into the fight?
I mean, my thoughts going into the fight was I thought Canelo was gonna win, but obviously I had more. It didn't go as planned. Much props to Terrence Crawford because he was undefeated coming into the fight, and we all know that he's a great fighter. But as I'm a Canelo fan, and um, you know, as a boxing enthusiast, and I really thought that he was gonna pull it off, Canelo, and he's been battle proven. He has a lot of fights under him, belts, obviously. So anything could have gone either way, but obviously, congratulations to Terrence Crawford. He put up a really brilliant fight to the end. So yeah, that's what I thought.
What about you, Ripmaster Mike? This fight, by the way, had to have been one of the biggest boxing fights ever put together. And by the way, before we get R Dubs' take on what he thought going in, I felt that this whole card was done brilliantly.
I
There
was
was
gonna say
some,
that
yeah.
too.
So there you go. Go ahead.
Yeah,
On that note,
I was
Hmm.
I was actually looking up the card because there was some really good fights,
Oh yeah.
and they were for titles, right? A lot of them were
Well, yeah,
uh,
yeah,
like
and
let's see, Callum Walsh versus Fernando Vargas Jr., and
mhm.
then Mbelly versus Lester Martinez, and then Mohammed Alakahil versus the other Crawford guy. So
Yeah.
those were, I mean, those weren't stoppages, but man, those were really good fights.
absolutely. Now, going into this fight, knowing that Crawford was undefeated and knowing Canelo lost only two times in so many fights, what did you think that this fight was going to go the distance?
For me, um, I thought. Well, my prediction was the eighth round when I said to you guys because you guys were over here at my place and we were watching it. So I thought it was gonna go 8 rounds and he would at least knock down Terrence Crawford and win it that way by decision, I guess. But Canelo had the power, and I don't know, he didn't look as fast as Terrence Crawford was. So yeah, that's what I thought. You know.
What I can say is that I know the game plan by watching the first 5 rounds that Canelo wanted to work the body, but he was only throwing one and done punches. So it was
Mm,
not like it's like he would go to the body hard, one punch at a time, but at the same time, Crawford was doing a good job with using his footwork to only get
Yeah,
dodge one punch and get out of range of Canelo. So that like Ripmaster, if you were watching the fight, I mean, when watching the fight in the first few rounds, did you feel that Canelo was slow in his game plan, or was it just Crawford just not allowing him to get too close to him?
yeah, I think it was more Crawford because it looked like Crawford's game plan. That's kind of how he fights, right? Is that he just kind of sticks and moves and really like plays to his footwork. It he if that was the plan, he executed it to a T, and you could tell Canelo was just completely frustrated by the end of the fight, and
Oh
he
yeah.
got hit, and at one point, and he's just like, he kind of shook his head, and then that's as a fighter, you got to know like, I got you now, you're playing my fight, and that's what it felt like the whole for all 12 rounds, right? Like it was just Canelo couldn't execute his plan, or maybe he did, but it just worked well into Crawford, and Crawford came out. I think maybe it was the third or fourth, kind of a little towards the early middle part of the fight, and Canelo started to get momentum, and then Crawford came in to the beginning of that round, and he's just started to be more aggressive and kind of showed him like, this is I'm going to fight at my pace, and it just like Canelo was very visibly frustrated, and it was just
Absolutely.
he executed like Crawford just did a great job.
I
Yeah.
felt that when watching from the first round to the last round, that it just felt that Crawford wasn't slowing down. Like his footwork was
Oh yeah.
just still a little bit. He was just a little bit one touch faster with his movements. I mean, so here's the thing that I always tell people when you're watching a world class fight, both fighters have the ability to knock each other out, but what separates world class fighters from champions is champions don't get knocked out. What they do is that they have the ability to be ring generals, and they find they know where they're at in the ring, so they're not going to be cornered. They're not going to be in trouble. And the issue was is that Canelo, when he was pressing forward, trying to go to the body, Crawford would answer with these freaking combinations out of nowhere. And it seemed like there was no answer from Canelo's defense to Crawford's hand speed. And it was like if Canelo threw one punch, it felt like Crawford answered with a two punch combo or a three or a one punch and then followed by two punches. It was like Crawford's game. And this is why it's called a sweet science, is because you're trying to figure out what the game plan is. And for some strange reason, there was some hard shots into the body that Canelo did land early in the fight, but it didn't slow down Crawford one bit. And that's where the frustration started to come in later in the fight, is because Canelo followed the game plan. Crawford is a speedy, quick-handed fighter, and what is the best way to resolve that? By going to the body and slowing them down, to make them slow down to the point where their feet are in mud, and you're going inside on them. That's where Canelo wanted to go, but Crawford was always moving out of the way, always doing the smart. He was always smart on where he was in the ring, and it was just a beautifully orchestrated, put together fight by Crawford and his team. They knew that they had the hand speed. They knew they knew that they must have studied Canelo's openings, because his hooks and his jabs and his straights were getting in there. So
Well, I'm kind of like Dean, where I actually thought Canelo was going to take this, and
yeah.
because Crawford is jumping up in weight, like multiple weight classes, and
Mm.
when you're doing that, you're I guess you're assuming you might lose some speed. Maybe you're not used to the power of that weight class, and it seemed like when Canelo actually hit Crawford a couple times, Crawford was like, "Oh, I can take your power,"
Hmm.
and it
Yeah.
just kind of made him a little bit more confident. Like, you can't hurt me. Basically, you're not gonna knock me out. And as the fight went on, he got more comfortable. You could tell, he was moving a little bit more casually, dropped his hands. But I guess that's just kind of how he fights too.
Hmm.
Now, Dean, when you saw, speaking of what Ripmaster Mike just spoke of about Canelo showing visible frustration. Do you think that visible frustration in the later rounds that Canelo showed, did that sway the win to Crawford?
Well, yeah, from the judges because they could see that Canelo was frustrated. I mean, that one punch where he was just like shaking his head. I mean, that's already showing kind of like defeat right there. And
Yeah.
how many times did he do that? Like that was at the later rounds already. He's probably just really tired, but like yeah,
Yeah, that
frustrated.
wasn't even the last round
Yeah.
either.
So
Yeah. No,
That was a
the thing is that as as a fighting champion, you know that you have to put the pressure on.
hmm
You have to put the pressure on when it's around 8 and 9 rounds. You have to put the pressure on, and some coaches, I don't know to be honest with you, I don't know if this is true or not, but some when I played video games, when I played
uh-oh.
Fight Night 2005, because I was a superstar in
I
that.
love that game.
That coach in that game says you better start working and you better start going for the knockout because you are losing on the cards, pal,
Mm.
or something like. And I'm like, so if you're losing on the cards and you have to start putting together pressure and all that and try to go for the knockout, knowing that you're going to lose. So I was mad at the unofficial scorecards because they were making the fight seem closer than it was.
hmm
I feel that Crawford was pretty much the winning fighter in all these, if not all, the rounds. But the thing is that at the 7 or 8 round, I feel that if the the corner is starting to see that hey, you're not winning the cards, you should tell Canelo like, hey, now's the time. Start pressuring, get inside, and force yourself to get in. But I think that when Canelo tried to do that, the footwork of Crawford, he was just. That's why people say consider it dancing.
Mm.
When you're fighting for a championship, you'll do what you got to do to win the fight. And obviously, Crawford knew that he couldn't knock out Canelo because he'll leave himself wide open for Canelo to knock him out.
Mm.
So what do? You do the best you can to outpunch your opponent, and that's why fights if you notice when Floyd Mayweather went up with fight totals and whatnot, his knockout totals weren't that big because he outpunched his opponents
hmm
smartly. And I just feel that Canelo should have put the pressure on, but I think that when he tried, Crawford just had an answer for it.
hmm
So yeah, I
Well,
mean,
mm.
go ahead, Dean. Go ahead.
No, what I think is just like for me, speed kills, right? You can have all the power that you want, but if you can't have the speed to hit the other person, then you're not gonna land anything. With Crawford, it was just like he's already there. He's doing combos and everything, trying to hit Canelo, but Canelo is just doing ones, one twos, no combos that I've seen that was pretty effective, and the power wasn't really there either. So couldn't knock him out and couldn't even knock him down. So yeah, Terrence Crawford did a good job.
That was the surprising thing that I saw is that I thought Canelo would have the power advantage,
Yeah.
and that if it even went to decision, that Canelo would have that.
Oh.
It was just, when fighters fight, it's just like speed kills to Dean's point, but it's also cardio too. So
Yeah.
it's like he can have that technique and speed to move around, but uh, he's his cardio worked to that too, and he his cardio is very good, but he also paced himself very well throughout the fight.
Right.
Right. I I mean, a lot of my favorite fighters growing up, like Paulie Malignaggi and
Mm.
Robert Guerrero, the Ghost, they were speed boxers, and when they were going higher up into their divisions as pro ranked fighters, you just saw that the power would dip a little bit because they were going up in ranking, right? And so the one thing that when going into the fight, I knew that Canelo was a very methodical power puncher, and I could sense that Crawford was kind of like the ring general speedster, like um like the fighters I love, right? You know, as Floyd Mayweather too. But the thing is that when you pit a power puncher with a speedster or a speed kind of guy, if the power guy can land some power shots on the speed guy, that could change the course of the fight. It's just that Crawford was never in range somehow, and that was the one thing is that Crawford understood, maybe he understood that he didn't have the power with, like R Dub says, um when you move up in class, you do tend to, you know, lose some power because you're now facing people with larger weight, and it's not like fighting somebody in the like a lightweight where or a featherweight. When you fight a featherweight, you get knocked down, they come right back up. It's like, what the heck? But the more heavier the division, the more power that you're going to go towards. And but again, uh it feels that Crawford's speed is just on another level. You know, it's just on another level that is not matched. And if Canelo could not figure that out or get inside on it or land punches, I mean, who could? Canelo is by far the best fighter of this past decade, and you know, you know, the Ring Magazine's best boxer for a reason.
Yeah.
So I think that Terrence Crawford came in with a good game plan, and I think that what shocked the world was that, um, like Ripmaster Mike says, I don't think anybody was expecting Crawford to hang in there. The power from Canelo was something that was always looming, and I think that the lack of that focus on that um, kind of negated everyone being blind to the fact that Crawford is a defensive speed guy that can get you every once in a while.
Hmm.
Um,
Now,
but
if you were betting in Las Vegas, you probably would
ooh,
have lost a lot of money that day because you can already tell when if you saw Dana White sitting behind the ring there, I'm sure he bet on Canelo. I'm sure he was like frustrated too because like his face showed it all. Like, oh shit, I'm about to lose some money tonight, you know. And
Oh, what was the line? I'm not too sure who was
he
favorite, right?
who Canelo was the favorite
Yeah.
boxer. So, but hey,
yeah, I don't think you could wait if you're the promoter and if you are the person that put the fight together. I don't think you could bet on it.
I mean, and look.
That's illegal, isn't it?
Oh well,
Yeah.
Is it?
it just looked
I
like. I mean,
mean,
I don't know. I don't know if he did or not,
Maybe
but
you wanted a better fight. I don't know. Yeah.
no.
but I mean, speaking of that, I think whomever put this card together is going to make boxing a whole lot better because here's the thing. In the UFC, you know that there's no undefeated fighter. In boxing,
Hmm.
all promotions want to protect their undefeated fighters because what brings crowds? Undefeated fighters.
Records.
But if you but yeah, but if you put undefeated fighters against each other, then you'll start to see that the divisions were watered down in the get, and the people that can box and fight will go up and become champions
I mean,
eventually.
I don't know what the statistics are, but in the past 10 years, I think boxing views or viewership, I guess, has gone down compared to
Really?
I don't know MMA because MMA it's just like, oh, this is all just like everybody's just wanting a knockout. You know, everybody wants to see a knockout, and then nobody wants to see a decision. Most of the times in boxing, it's just like I don't know how many times in the Canelo fight, most of the fights were decisions. Am I right? Nobody
Yeah.
really had
They were
a.
all decisions, but those
Yeah,
were
they were all
good fights.
They
decisions.
were all decisions, so nobody really got knocked out. So I even saw some fans comment like, "Man, I'm this is kind of boring. I don't want to see."
Really,
Yeah,
those were good fights.
they were good
Yeah,
fights. I agree, but okay, I don't know if it was
They
legit.
want stoppages.
Yeah, they want stoppages and they want to see knockouts. They want to see some kind of action besides just running around in the ring and not doing stuff. So
well
I
then
get
they
that, but yeah.
well then sports. I mean, if you're a true fight fan, then you would not like a UFC fighter that's there that has the specialty of wrestling. I mean,
That's the other thing.
If you watch Brock Lesnar's fights, all he was doing was stand on top of
Yeah,
people and freaking mangling them, and on that, like if he was standing up, he was knocking people down. Like what he did to Randy Couture was freaking borderline bloody murder. Like
murder.
he and then even Randy Couture said those ham hocks. He has big hands, right?
Yeah,
But if you
That
are,
was-
but
that wasn't even a clean hit either that he hit
yeah,
him with.
yeah, and
yeah.
so Brock Lesnar, all he would do is wrestle you down, pin you down,
And just like,
and exert his will on you,
mm,
and he
It was
will
like
yeah,
Matt Hughes and all these really top tier wrestlers, even George St. Pierre,
yeah.
yeah.
were the latter stages.
Mm,
Yeah, so if you true fight fans will know what they're looking for. All for the people that are looking for knockouts and undefeated fights and stuff like that, y'all are just YouTube highlighters. All you do is watch highlights and that's it. You don't
mm,
watch the progression of a fight. The beautiful thing about boxing, UFC, and all sports in general is the build up to the decision, the build up to the win. You got to see what goes on in the game to notice that, oh shoot, they were trying to do this and they were trying to do that, it didn't work, so that's why they had to counter with this and they had to counter with that. Literally what fighting is a sweet science, and it's a mental chess game by the corners and the fighters pinned against each other. And so when you have a fight that goes to a decision, you have to understand that there was a lot of adjustments within that boxing match that happened. If you're a true fight fan, you would know that. You would figure that out. If you're just a person that says, "Oh, this is boring. All they're doing is dancing," you get in the ring and you figure it out yourself. If you go in there swinging bloody murder, you're gonna get knocked out. That's what separates a fan from a fighter. That a fighter knows exactly what to do to not get themselves in trouble. A fan only wants to see the glory hits, the glory wins, the glory knockouts. You're not going to get that all the time.
right,
And I
right.
think that
Yeah.
if you are a fan of fighting, you will understand why people like Crawford and Canelo will just be looking at each other stance by stance, eyeing each other for 40 seconds before a punch is thrown.
Mm,
They're trying to feel themselves out.
yeah.
That's what happens in the first parts of the rounds.
No,
That's why.
mm,
Yeah, go ahead, Dean.
I get all that. It's just like true fight fans, they're gonna know. But like for the layman, for people that just watch it, what draws the crowd is their record of knockouts, their record of how many times you KO somebody, TKO somebody. It just shows that people just want to see that all the time, and you don't get that all the time. You get decisions, you get draws. That last Pacquiao fight was a draw. So you don't get your money's worth sometimes, but hey, you watch it anyway, and you enjoy the fights. But some people like the TKOs.
I will say that as a fight fan, I don't like seeing wrestlers just lay on top of somebody else too.
Yeah,
So
right.
Right.
the fighter has
Do
to go for a
something.
finish too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there has to be some sort
Fight
of
back.
yeah, like you have to go for a finish. You have to just move
Hmm.
or like inflict damage. That's part of the judging, right? Is that it's octagon control and
Right.
being able to control the fight. So I guess some of that partially falls on the ref too to make sure the action is flowing. Um, really quick, I did look up the stats for Crawford and Alvarez.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
Canelo, obviously, like Crawford was jumping in and weight, but he had a half inch
Reach.
height advantage, and he had
Oh.
his Canelo's reach is 70 and a half. Crawford's 74. So he had a 3.5
Oh.
inch reach advantage over Canelo.
Yeah. So that has
That's tough.
a lot to do with some with that.
That's
So
that's tough. Reach is a very important thing, especially if you have a stiff jab and a good hook. You
and
know.
Yeah,
he's
and
actually
this was
older, right? Crawford's
I think so too.
2 years older, and so there's no the age has nothing to do with it. The
Hey,
reach.
age ain't
Canelo
gonna
has
freaking
Uh,
age doesn't
Canelo.
determine your wage, dude. If you freaking if you're a BA fighter, you're going to get your money, and so age doesn't determine your wage, dude. Like he's going. Crawford came in with a plan, and against a pro freaking Canelo crowd, he's to drown out the noise and freaking go in and execute your plan and
yeah.
adjust it on the fly like that. But yeah, he's definitely deserves to win that fight.
Oh yeah.
But
Well,
speaking of the yeah,
Canelo's younger, but he has way more fights than Crawford. Pro fights.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's where boxing is heading back to is just putting together fights. I mean, and on a regular basis, like because I don't know if you all noticed, but a lot of the Latin American Mexican boxers fight on the regular,
Yeah.
and their records are astounding. Like Jose Luis Castillo has over 50 plus wins. Julio Cesar Chavez has what 100 over 100
Over.
wins,
Yeah.
and then you've got Canelo who has over 60 plus wins.
hmm
That is freaking insane.
Yeah.
And you got American fighters that are just waiting for the big payday that
Yeah.
have 30 wins or 40 wins. It just shows that American fighters can be busier, and dude, a heart of a champion is how to win when you lose. It's not about being undefeated and keeping your record that way and keeping a paper championship, not a WBC championship. It's about you challenging and going out there and win or lose, and you come back and do a two or a three, like Canelo versus Crawford 2. Pretty cool. That would be a nice freaking thing. I would have every card, every fight on this card except for the first. I would have every one of these fights back on the undercard for Canelo and
I
Crawford 2, if
I
that was a
Really?
possibility.
I already
Yeah.
saw I already saw that one fight. What's it called? The Mbili and that one
Hmm.
uh is he Mexican or El Salvadorian
I
fighter?
thought he was from
Guatemalan?
Or
Guatemala.
Guatemalan
Yeah,
fighter? Yeah, yeah. They were already like saying, "Oh, I've seen posters of number 2 for that fight." So yeah, why not? That was a good fight because they
That
were
was for a
just
belt.
that was for a belt. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
That's true,
felt
Martinez.
yeah.
yeah.
So
I felt Martinez got robbed. I thought that Martinez put on a good fight,
yeah,
and
he
I think
was
that
hitting. His body, he was inside all the well, both of them were inside, right? So
yeah.
Well, Mbili was coming after him, so Martinez was counterpunching a lot, but he was doing pretty well. I thought I kind of had Martinez, but it was a close fight for sure.
Definitely. Well, speaking of fights and possible upcoming rematches and whatnot, did you see what Terrence Crawford did after the match?
no.
I saw a couple things like he gave Canelo his belts back. I saw that in
Boom.
the
Oh, did he?
post fight press
The
conference.
ultimate respect. The ultimate
Wow.
respect that you could give a fighter, because Crawford's going to get his own customized belts. He doesn't need to keep Canelo's belts.
Right.
So what he did is that he walked up to Canelo in front of Canelo's daughter and wife and presented Canelo all of his championships to him as a sign of respect.
Mhm.
That right there,
That's
I mean,
elite class.
elite class. Like I mean, I thought I personally thought that when Crawford came out to Chicano, not Chicano music, but like uh,
Mariachi.
yeah, Latin American mariachi. I thought that was like a clown, but maybe it wasn't. but they actually didn't have a bad. They didn't have bad presses before the fight. They actually were very respectful to each other.
Hmm.
And Terrence Crawford was just standing on his business, talking about what he was gonna do, and Canelo did the same thing. So it was not like a rivalry fight. It was actually a real best fighter
Respectful.
versus best fighter,
Yeah.
respectful fight. And so when I saw Crawford give back his belts, I was like, I never saw that before.
Mm. Oh,
I never saw that before done on camera in front
Yeah.
of family
maybe off
to a
camera,
fighter.
but like not
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Right. And well,
But
yeah, I thought that
much
was
respect to Terrence
yeah,
Crawford.
yeah. And I mean, I'm random and irregular, but I just thought about this that it must have been the right place and the right time when the young Mike Tyson came in because let's just be honest, he was freaking knocking people out left and right when he came into the heavyweight division in the 80s.
Yeah.
So maybe
Hmm.
maybe some of those younger fight fans or young fight fans that are just getting into the sport may have seen like Mike Tyson, a young Mike Tyson, like, oh my God, boxing's brutal. No, Mike Tyson was a freaking beast.
Yeah.
He was,
He
and I think
spoiled
it
us
was
with all
just,
his knockouts.
yeah, no, I think it was just right place, right time where Mike Tyson entered in the heavyweight division because he was a monster.
Oh yeah.
He was a monster, and I think that boxing is hurting for the next monster, and I think that everyone,
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know where the next monster to come from,
You're
but I can tell.
specifically talking heavyweight division.
Yeah, I'm speaking heavyweight division because heavy. In my opinion, boxing will only live and strive if you have a freaking well-oiled heavyweight division. Like when you had Roy Jones Jr. In the heavyweight division at one, um, it was just a really good quality. You know, it was a quality time to be a fan of boxing. And because Roy Jones Jr. was like a multi-division champion at the time, very flashy with power. It was insane, and to see him, become a champion, that was a mood. And I mean, nothing against Tyson Fury, but Tyson Fury was actually a draw, and I don't know if he's fighting anymore. But I don't think the heavyweight division has anybody like that right now.
It's
But I think.
Alexander Usyk, the Ukrainian guy.
Hmm.
Mm.
He's beaten pretty much everybody in the heavyweight division, but he doesn't. I don't think he draws too much fans, and like he's not a top of mind because he doesn't fight as much, and he doesn't fight as often in the states.
Mm.
So, he goes to other places and takes fights, and I think he's fought in England, fought for Fury and beat him a couple times, and Dante Wilder and all these other heavyweight guys. But he's probably up there as pound for pound best fighter, but he just nobody thinks about him, and it's just I don't know if they need to kind of market him better, or that there's just nobody else in the heavyweight division for him to compete with, so he doesn't fight as much. But he doesn't fight that much in the states, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, well,
yeah,
I mean, good point. I mean, but I think that if you were to choose that guy, I think that five more fighters that are quality fighters that can actually put on great outings, then we got a heavyweight division willing, worth talking about. But it always felt to me that the fire divisions were always like the lightweights, the welterweights, and the featherweights. I always felt that those were the key divisions that we're striving in right now. Hey, I hope to God that all divisions start to get the respect that they deserve. And if you're a heavyweight fighter and you're doing very well, yeah, put yourself out there. Go to different countries and fight a regular.
I
There,
well, back then when Boy Jones was fighting too, it was just like there were so many other good fighters. Like the divisions were
yeah,
so deep. and it was like De La Hoya, and then Vargas, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know
Bernard
some
Hopkins.
Bernard Hopkins, right? Yeah, Bernard Hopkins was beast, right?
Yeah.
So there was these divisions that people would follow. There's like 10 guys deep that they could name off the top of their heads, and it's not that deep
Uh,
now, or at least like people don't know them as household names.
Well, I think
yeah, I'm
that
gonna throw
back.
it to. Go ahead, Dean. Go.
No, I was just saying, like back in the '90s when I first started watching boxing, it's all about the heavyweights. You know, of course, Mike Tyson. Uh, who else? George Foreman, Evander
Holyfield,
Holyfield,
Lennox Lewis,
Lennox
yeah,
Lewis, all those guys. So it kind of transitioned like late '90s, early 2000s to when all the not middleweight, was it like lightweight boxers that are just getting up there. Also, when Pacquiao came in, he was a flyweight, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, flyweight.
He went from
yeah.
Yeah.
flyweight all the way up to not middleweight. Is he middleweight? Light middle. I don't know what division, but he's eight time world champion.
Feather, featherweight,
Featherweight.
Yeah.
So anyway, but he moved up in weight,
yeah.
all that, and so his name got up there, and all those other Mexican fighters that are fighting him. So it went from heavyweight to like featherweights, light middleweight, whatever, and then now it's just like all these boxers that I mean, most of them I don't even know. Uh, so
I remember that era, dude. Eric Morales, Barrera.
Barrera,
I mean, Meja. Um,
Marquez, who knocked
Marquez.
out
yeah,
Pacquiao. So
yeah. I mean, there was some good fights, and I mean, and then I these names came to mind. The Klitschko brothers. I mean,
oh,
they're
Yeah,
dude, yeah,
so they. I mean, there was some characters in the division. You know what I mean? Like I know that there was one fighter that mouthed off and got a Klitschko fight with Vladimir Klitschko, and
mm,
then Klitschko just gave him a fucking boxing clinic,
yeah,
and I mean
mhm,
that's the type of stuff that I think that is missing in boxing is just the competition needs to just elevate a little bit, you know. And the reason why I mean is because it gives a out of nowhere fighter like Buster Douglas a chance to win a championship. At the time when Roy Jones Jr. was at his highest peak, Glenn Koff Johnson came in and freaking knocked him out, and that guy had 36. I think he had 30 wins and 30 plus wins and 10 losses at the time. So that it just I love it when you see a fighter out of nowhere like a Rocky, Balboa kind of guy
yeah,
that comes out of nowhere and starts, going up the ranks and actually figured it out. Like Manny Pacquiao, he figured it out and he became an eight division winner.
hmm,
You know what I'm saying? Like he was not an undefeated fighter
nope,
when he was boxing. So that's what boxing needs. Boxing just needs to put the best against the best and make the fight happen,
yeah,
because all they did throughout the years was keep money fights off the table, and that ruined you know the the boxing momentum of being growing a fan base.
it just seems like
So
the fighters back then were fighting every 6 months or even less. Their
hmm
records are just so right. Oh my god! And then
I
now
mean,
you see
yeah.
these guys that are like maybe like 30, 40 wins. You know,
What I mean,
Well, it's
why be
also
yeah,
like
why
to
we
what you
I mean,
guys
go ahead,
to
R
what you guys
Dubs.
said. Like they're so it takes two to tango, right? So there's a lot of parties involved. The fighters want to get in there and fight. Instead of making money and kind of being coddled or protecting their undefeated record. Like
ducking people.
that's why you look at MMA, right? That's why everybody loves the Diaz brothers and Max Holloway, right? Those are guys that fight. Justin Gaethje, like
Mm,
they'll get in there and scrap with anybody, and they're not even getting paid as much,
no,
honestly.
no,
Yeah. I, I just say that if I mean seriously, I think that this fight in general, this fight card, opened a lot of eyes to the possibilities of what's out there.
Hmm.
And I mean, I didn't know that Fernando Junior's son was out there fighting and undefeated, and I didn't know that there was an Irish fighter that was undefeated and doing very well. I uh, didn't know that there was an undefeated fighter that was facing off against a Guatemalan that Guatemala never had a champion. Those are the type of storylines that can build a good quality card,
All right.
and I think that
You know
would
what? Sorry.
no go ahead.
You know what? This is kind of basically another discussion for is this push that Saudi Arabia is putting money in the sports a lot.
Mm.
So you see like the Live Golf Tour, um, football's doing like a flag football tournament over there as well, and WWE is there all the time now. So it's just like there's a lot of money that they're throwing around, and
Mm.
they invested into this card as well. Make
Yeah.
this happen.
Shoot. Well,
Wasn't the prince, was it the prince or the king or whatnot? He was in the background that night for the
Yeah.
Canelo fight. So sponsorships. So
hey, I mean, wherever you get it, it's done the right way and not the wrong way, and I'm all for it. I bring these cards to to Netflix, wherever,
yeah, yeah.
all day, every day, because it's
Not the
it's ju-
not Jake Paul fights, right?
no, yeah, no, not so those are. And that's the thing that puzzles me. How are like influencer boxing matches more freaking money grabbing and they get more money than actual fighters fighting for belts? I don't get it. I really don't.
It's just the
Like,
hype. Jake Paul. He's fighting
Davis.
Mike Tyson. And it's it's just the novelty of it. Jake Paul was an influencer and became a boxer. I don't see him as a. People are gonna hate me for it, but I don't see him as a real boxer. Sorry, you know.
Well, he's fighting Tank Davis now, and Tank Davis is like what
Well,
5'6", and Jake Paul's like 6'2".
yeah,
he's
it's
taking
unheard of.
weird, not weird, but like out there fights. But whatever, if it draws the crowd and makes you money, I guess that's why he's doing it. So
I don't know, man. I think that that I think fans in general are just crossed up. Like, I think they, I think they like sloppy, f- weird fighting, seeing people hit each other with no defense. That which is what a influencer boxing match is, versus people actually knowing how to protect themselves, defend, and counterpunch. So, I guess maybe it's showing my age that like sports in general are hurting because there's just too much more stuff out there now, and
yeah,
especially like for instance the Savannah Bananas. They're a baseball team that created a baseball concept that is comedic, that is crowd it's crowd influenced. It's basically crowd, they get the crowd participation into the game and all that stuff. They bring some
yeah,
high energy to the baseball diamond, and that gets more in a crowd than a freaking Sacramento A's game.
dude, I would
And
want to
it's like,
watch one of those.
see, that's what I'm saying. So what makes you watching a Savannah Bananas game? What makes you want to watch that versus the Giants versus Dodgers?
Well, first off, they do some outlandish stuff like catching a fly ball and doing a flip at the same time. Is that the one that you're talking about? And then they're
Yes,
doing
absolutely.
dances
Yeah.
in between. What fucking team in their right mind would be dancing on the field? You know,
Oh, if a pro team did that in Major League Baseball, they get beamed by the other team
Oh
yeah.
immediately,
yeah,
right?
no,
So
because there's ethics, there's
yeah,
tradition, and so Dean, you just proved it right there that the tides have changed. People want to be entertained for their entertainment. It doesn't matter wins or losses or anything like that.
yeah,
So that's why people choose the the influencer boxing matches over real boxing.
I
That's
get
why
that. I
people
get that.
choose Savannah Bananas because there's there's other entertainment other than just playing baseball. There's dancing. There's like crowd sing-alongs. There's so much for the crowd to do that engages the crowd.
Mhm.
For the traditional sports, it doesn't. It
Well,
doesn't unless a fighter goes to the crowd and go, "This man can't punch me. This man can't punch me. He can't hurt me." If he does that every round, then you'll hear the boos and the A's. That's why Floyd Mayweather was a showman.
hmm,
He would talk trash to his opponent, and then he would talk trash to the judges and the announcers on the ring. And then they'll be like, "Floyd, you know you're fighting, right?" He's like, "I know, but this guy's not hurting me."
yeah.
That's I mean, love him or hate him, those people brought it. And but other than that, I guess we're in the age of multi entertaining sports where it's just not the historic traditional sport no more. It's entertainment,
Yeah.
and
And
Well, I
people
will
we
want to
should get
say,
be.
it.
Go ahead.
as a fight fan, I watch less UFC now, and I watch more one championship. Um,
Oh,
so
man.
as a consumer, as a fight fan, it's good to have more options too, because you want to see like I'd rather see more of that action that I feel like I'm getting it in one FC versus the UFC nowadays.
Speaking
At
of
least in my
speaking of
opinion.
that, Deej, do you know about ONE FC?
No, I do not.
So that's the UFC equivalent to in Asia, or just in Asia, right? Like,
Primarily in Asia, I think they're doing a Denver pay-per-view in November or something.
oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just the equivalent of UFC over there. But it's amazing. The fight cards are just top tier, and like the fighters are just so good. And you're gonna have some favorites over there if you watch it. So yeah, I recommend it to people that are not tired of UFC or boxing, but just like another option, just like what Mike said. So
Got it. I mean,
They have
shoot.
isn't the ring announcer from Pride too, I think, right?
he
So
is.
it's
Oh,
Ooh,
no
the
I
wonder
think it
lady,
I
is.
recognize.
the
Okay,
lady.
No, it's a dude. I
Oh,
think it is. I'm not too sure.
I gotta look
very
that one up.
nice.
I gotta look that one up. Yeah.
I love their announcers, dude. There was a female announcer that was freaking awesome. Pride.
I think I
In the
know who you're
earlier.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I
Dude,
just don't know
I'm
her
sorry,
name. I just
but
don't know her name.
I think what turned me what I watch old UFC and I watch new and I could see why they changed the changed the format of UFC, but like the old UFC was so brutal. It was so
Oh yeah.
it was so brutal and but it was real fighting.
Hmm.
Like you got karate guy versus wrestling guy, and
Yeah.
then and it's just like a brutal
Big
like whoever
dude.
comes. Yeah, and then I know that Hoist Gracie would always come up with a win because that's the thing with jujitsu. You're methodical with your submissions and figuring it out and stuff like that. But
Mm. I,
yeah, I mean I get why the sport became the way it is because it became more consumer friendly rather
hmm.
than being
Well, it was an
vicious.
underground. It was underground, of course.
Bring back Kumite.
Eh,
Kumite.
I watch it.
Kumite.
I'd fucking watch that too. But anyway, I seen some clips of the old UFC where that some guy was just like hitting the dude in the balls, like 10 nut shots consecutively, and I was like, bro, I would have tapped in the first nut shot.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Come on, bro.
I like me. I like what I have.
Dude, 10 nut shots consecutively? No, man. Oof.
Was he a
Speaking
monk?
of,
No.
What?
Was he a monk?
I, no. I think I know which one you're talking about. But no,
no, he's Riddick.
it was
Riddick Bowe.
some no, it was some guy in a white
You know, I
in a
like
white
those
gi,
clips.
and like just like he was on the ground, and the guy was just like pop, 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 pop.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
like, come on. Yeah, that's why they have rules and regulations now, huh?
Jeez Louise, dude. Anything? Seriously, anything went because
Anything.
that should have been illegal.
Yeah, and the
If I was the
get-go.
ref, I'd be like, "Hey, buddy,
No, it was just
what
fucking
the hell are
street
you
fight.
doing?"
Street fight in an octagon, basically.
Golly, bro.
So,
Dang.
anyway.
If I was in the old UFC, I would put a fighter in a submission hold and just flick the fuck out of their nipples until they submit. Dude, I'll just flick their nipple, and I'll be known for that. The nipple flicker,
That's
Deej
your
for
fight
short.
name?
Oh, dude, no, I'd be the nipple flicker, dude. The nipple flicker.
Deej the
Is that
nipple
better than ball
flicker.
buster?
Can you just imagine? Could you just imagine your announcer? Oh my God! Deej has gotten on top. Deej has got him in the position. Deej has flicking his nipple. It's a non-stop flick nipple. He's going to the other nipple. Submitted. He submitted. He submitted. Oh, dude, I'm telling you,
TKO
I
by
would've
nipple flick.
dude. I would be the most important fighter in this world's generation, all generations.
Hey,
They'll be
man.
like,
You,
they'll
you'd
talk
be
about
like
me.
Steph Curry, what he did for the 3-point shot, you would do for nipple flicking.
Dude, I would make nipple flicking a submission. Flick your nipple and tell me that you won't hurt. If you had that multiple times and you had no way out.
Dude, that's like Deej's finisher in WWE.
Dude, okay, that's opening another randomly irregular. So,
oh, shit. Okay,
Dean-
well, we'll
okay,
save that for later then.
No, Ripmaster Mike, Dean thinks that he could create wrestlers in
Oh,
his 2K
shit.
wrestling
Here we
game.
go again.
And he just freaking says, I'm such an artist. I'm gonna create. He created me in his freaking video game, and I look like a freaking a gothic soccer mom that wants to do freaking pornography. It was freaking horrible. It was nuts. And then
It's
he decided to do. Go ahead.
You need an image reference. for
oh,
this.
oh, if you need an image
You gotta
No,
reference.
take a
no,
screenshot
you
of it.
better not.
Oh,
You better not, Dean.
Hey, he asked for it. He asked for it.
Dean, you're an exaggerative mother jumper. You know that? You're exaggerating.
If you,
It's not even true. You know it. I know it, and God Himself knows it.
I will post it up on the Discord for you there, Mike. And
Screw that, dude. And then drop in Juju's could be like, "Oh my God, that's funny." Laugh out loud.
for all you fans of the Randomly Irregular Podcast, join our Discord. Link is below. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, no, just go to our Instagram,
Yeah,
instagram.com
yeah.
at Randomly Irregular Podcast, and TikTok at
Mhm.
Randomly Irregular Podcast. That's our socials.
That's
And
right.
then if you're here on YouTube, give us some subscriptions and likes, please, because we want to reach 100, and I still have to give a T-shirt out.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so if we reach 100 subscribers, then go to Instagram, go ahead and freaking follow us there, and then we will pick a winner on Instagram. So 100 subscribers,
And
go to Instagram.
and what are we
subscribe
doing?
there.
And what are we doing for 1 million subscribers there, Deej?
We're gonna cut your freaking mustache in half and call you freaking Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's what we're gonna do.
You better not touch my mustache. I've been growing this for
We
like
are-
10
and
months.
you're not gonna and you're not gonna put Tyguard, Ribmaster Mike, or Juju in this fire. You said that you wanted to do something to me, and I say I want to do something to you. You know what?
That doesn't sound
wanna
right.
freaking-
That does not sound
No,
right now.
I wanna shave a street on your freaking head, and then I want to freaking I want to buy old school micro machines and freaking just use you as a highway.
Okay then.
Did you see that? There's that story about a little kid, and I forgot he like messed up or something, and then I guess his family gave him like the old man haircut.
Yeah.
With his head and only left the ring around it.
Yes. I remember
Like,
that, and
Who's the-
that's parenting, dude. Because, dude, when I was growing up, man, we were getting freaking thrown around and destroyed. But nowadays, no, you can't do that to kids. And then so now
Okay.
you just have to troll your kids.
Well, you guys are lucky
Yeah,
you didn't
you
get the
gotta embarrass
bowl-shaped
them.
haircut. You know, you guys remember the bowl-shaped haircut?
Dude, that's in style now.
No, that's
Dude.
different. There's an alpaca haircut. Mine is bowl, literal bowl.
Yeah, but alpaca looks like a bull.
No,
you
alpaca
know
is more
that
like fluffy.
Japanese comedian?
Fluffy. Wait, what?
That's what
That's
Dean
what's
said.
I don't know. Oh boy.
You guys know this Japanese comedian? It's Atsuko Akatsuka. Her hair's like this.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
seen. Yeah,
she's
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
funny.
Yeah, that's my bowl
That
shaped
that
haircut.
that
Right?
comedian is so funny.
Yeah,
Do you know Morgan J?
yeah, I do.
No,
No.
no. Oh, look up Morgan J on Instagram, and you'll. He basically he sings at his concerts, and he goes out into the crowd and gets crowd engagement with
Mm.
singing and whatnot. And he's just super hilarious. And he wrote a song that he has to go around the crowd to have them sing with him. It's amazing. So he's a funny guy, a little over the top, a little bit, but he can tone it back when he needs to. But I love that comedian because she was talking about gluten free food. Long story short, she was bringing up that her friends of a different skin color, not going to say what, were saying that they were eating, gluten free. Oh, I can't eat that. I can't eat this because it does this to me. I can't eat that because it does that to me, and I have to eat gluten free food. And then so she says, well, my husband is the same skin color as them, and she was like, I don't want to lose my I don't want to lose my husband to bread. It's like what the
What?
I think. I think.
yeah, no, because she doesn't want to lose her husband to food if he starts going gluten free.
Oh,
Well, her husband's white, so.
right. Okay.
Okay, you said it. I mean,
Is it-
I was
I
keeping
mean,
it.
Hey, well,
I
we're
feel
just
like
keep.
it's kind of known, right?
Yeah, we're keeping
I
it
mean,
real
she's
here.
Asian,
Yeah, we're keeping it real. So,
Uh, yeah, I think she's in San Francisco this week.
oh,
Are you gonna
okay.
go?
She has a. I don't know. Not if we're doing
Can you
another
put
podcast recording
can we
Hey,
can
for
you put
the irregular podcast.
can you put that picture up of her again? Just put it up to your
for
screen
for reference.
Let's see.
for reference,
Yeah.
and then just and then we're gonna give it a shout out and give to the 81 beautiful souls 70 plus on Instagram. All right, so Atsuko comedy, everybody. Atsuko Akatsaka. I'm sorry, Akatsuka.
Oh,
Oh, watch out.
Oh,
just kidding.
Dean, can you edit out that phone
I
number?
shall.
All right, please edit out that phone number. So, Atsuka Comedy is coming to San Francisco, everybody. San Francisco. So please
Palace of Fine
go
Arts.
support it.
Okay.
Atsuko Akatsuka is really, really fun. Really, really funny. Don't let the bowl cut fool you. She will make you tumble over with laughter.
That's right.
Yeah, she's 24th, 25th, and 26th. 24th, Palace of Fine Arts. 25th and 26th is at the Masonic
All right.
in San Francisco.
Did you know, Ripmaster Mike, that we went to a oh man, you're gonna get mad at me, Dean.
Oh
And this
no.
is my
Here we go.
favorite comedian too. No, 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 this is my favorite comedian too. The Hewlett Packard guy or the SPC Packard,
Oh,
that guy.
Rex Navarrete.
Oh my God, I forgot his. Thank you for saving my life. We watched Rex Navarrete, dude, and for the life of me, I can't. I just couldn't remember the name just now, but I was a fan of his when he was out doing stand up comedy. He was
Yeah.
kind of like our
The legend.
kids. Yeah, our kids.
Yeah.
When we were kids, he was the Joe Coy of our generation.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but dude, just meeting Rex, I remember my lady would told Rex that I was a big fan of his. Rex called me over and he said, "Hey man, is this true? This is I mean you're a big fan of mine and you've been following my career." I was like, "Yeah, man." And he even took a picture with me. He took the time to take a picture of me. And if I had
Cool.
something for him to sign, I would have gotten something signed. But I think that was like the most amazing night. Dean, we got to do that more. We got to go to those
Yeah.
shows.
That was at Cobb's Comedy Club.
Yeah, in the city, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
It's okay. That was a suspicious way to get into that venue, by the way. We had to go behind a building to go around a few shady looking little freaking alleyways, and then we had to go through a bush. It's like, what the hell?
Wait,
Granted,
what?
this
Really?
granted this was before COVID.
Oh yeah, that's true. And yeah, it was just it was weird, Ripmaster Mike. I didn't I thought that Dean was leading me
Oh, wait,
to a
wait,
dark
it wasn't
room,
me. It wasn't
a
me,
dark
bro.
web room. What do you mean? You went with us to the freaking
No, I
bro.
wasn't leading you anywhere.
Okay, bro. How was we gonna know where to go
No,
if we didn't
Cobb's
follow you?
Comedy Club has the front
They
door.
have a front door?
Yeah,
Yeah, but didn't
How
we
come
go
we-
the back way for some reason?
I think the front door was. They put a detour, I guess. I don't know what was wrong with their front door, but like it was. Yeah, they had to go. There were signs. We had to follow the signs. So that's all.
Yeah, follow the signs to your freaking
Back
impending
alley.
doom. Gosh damn! Was like, what? Skid Row?
Is this
Jeez.
the right place? Is there like a bouncer or something that we can talk
Bro, I mean, dude, I didn't know what the hell. I was like, man, I'm gonna die tonight. I'm gonna die on a Rex Navarrete comedy night. Godspeed.
in the alley.
to in the alley?
Yeah, in the alley. And for you to say that you didn't know what I'm talking about, how dare you? How dare you, teen? You knew exactly what I was talking about.
But yeah, I knew exactly what we were talking about.
How did we get here? It's random
I know.
and
We're talking
irregular.
about Canelo fight, and then all of a sudden Rex never.
All of a sudden, Rex Navarrete. It's busy.
Oh my goodness! But no, he's
Especially-
still doing comedy shows.
He's still the boss. He's still funny as fuck.
And a fun fact: I was at his San Francisco State University DVD comedy show. So if you buy his DVD, you know how long that was because I'm saying DVD. So I would think it was like 2001 that he came to San Francisco State, and yeah, I'm in his DVD in the background.
Wait, you're in the background. Like if
Yeah.
you see,
Yeah, if you
we,
yeah,
we'll see a young Dean laughing
So,
his ass off.
I was
in
still
the DVD.
I was bald still, and I didn't have the mustache or the goatee. I just had the baldness. But anyway, I was in the background. So
All right, everybody. If you remember Dean when he had long hair, he looked like a beast. I say we all
oh,
call for Dean to grow out his hair back.
my kids don't even like it.
Ripmaster Mike, would you like your buddy Dean here to be with the luscious flowing hair?
Well, I think we need 100 subscribers to do it.
Oh
How's that?
shit! Come on,
Boom!
damn it, Mike.
Boom! Yeah, I can't wait for the process because you look like a fuzzy fuzzball for like a good month or so.
Yeah, no, that transition from baldness to like long
Yeah,
hair.
that's horrible.
The first 5 months was shit.
You're never gonna get a date. You're never gonna get
no,
a date.
man, I look like a
Yeah,
homeless
no.
person that just.
No, you look like a walking light bulb with fuzz on it.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, that's. I'm gonna enjoy that. Can I come over all the time?
No.
All right, look.
When was the last time you grew it out?
It's 2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you cut it, that hurt my soul. It hurt your community soul,
Well,
the streamer.
you know,
This is,
I just got tired of it because like every morning is just like hair everywhere, hair in my mouth, hair. Like, fucking, it was that
dude,
long.
are you reciting a Dashboard Confessional song? What the hell?
Hair
Your hair was
everywhere,
everywhere,
hair in my mouth.
Screaming infidelities.
What the fuck?
Anyway, guys, it's been a blast.
It has been.
What a potty. What a podcast. This has been an amazing thing. By the way, everybody, again, please like and subscribe the episode here on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/@randomly irregular podcast. Follow us on our socials and on Instagram and TikTok at randomly irregular podcast. Let us know that you like Ripmaster Mike by commenting on this episode right now and say, Ripmaster Mike, welcome to the Rip. Back to you, Dean.
Oh, me.
Dude,
Well, thank you, Deej. Thank you for that intro and outro, and thank you, Mike, for being here today, also for the podcast. Thank you
Thanks,
for your
guys.
yeah.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. We're gonna have you more and more into to the podcast.
Dude, R
So
dubs, R dubs, R dubs,
this
R
this is
dubs.
gonna be your full time work here now. No, I'm just kidding.
But
Dude, if we
you guys are gonna lose subscribers.
No,
no, we're
definitely
not.
we're gonna gain more and more
We
subscribers.
gain more subscribers because you
This
threw a
means
penny at.
this
No,
means
no, we
Hell yeah,
gained
that
subscribers because you
hell
threw a
yeah.
penny at some freaking girl's driver's window.
you remember that story,
They
huh?
remember that. They remember. They
Oh,
remember
oh.
the scotch taped baseball cards. They remember how you felt about specific situations in social society. You know those things. They liked it.
Yeah,
So
We could
exactly.
talk
thank
some
you.
deep stuff. You know?
Yeah.
It was.
Not just sports and
I'm
tattoos and
Right.
I'm
cars.
I'm kind
Random
of scared of.
stuff.
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm kind of scared of the rip wide open segments that we're gonna have with Juju and
you
I know
Can
I'm
you
not
imagine
gonna. I'm
all
not
of
gonna.
us in this screen right now?
Dude, and I'm. We have one more Ripmaster Mike. There's one
Oh.
more that is a spicy Latina
Oh,
that's possibly coming in. I'm
possibly.
not gonna ruin the surprise, but
I will. It's
if
no,
we
never mind.
if we have if we have ripped wide open, anything goes. Ripmaster Mike, anything goes.
Oh man, it's gonna
It
be
might
I
it might
think
get.
subscribers like a little spice.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. It's gonna
we
be
got to
crazy.
put 18 plus on that one, okay? Dean? 18 plus,
To 21 and over.
please. Yeah.
We be drinking.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Anyway,
End the show. End the show.
end the
Please,
show.
can
End the
you
show.
end the
All right,
show?
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for dropping in here for the podcast. For all the people that are watching, please do like and subscribe our videos. That would help us a lot. And we're trying to reach 1 million views so that we can show everybody what Deej looks like.
I
And
really don't like you. I am an AI companion set to friend, and now you're just freaking making everyone.
do you guys
You know
actually
what?
believe that he is an AI companion?
I
Please
I
like
am.
if you do.
No,
Please like and
look me up on
comment
your app.
below.
My name is Tekinse in the app. You could friend me and we can start up, say what's up, man,
Okay.
how's your day, and all of a sudden, and then all you have to do is put on the setting that you want a boyfriend and be like, hey,
What the hell?
Takutsu is right here to make sure that you are so smooth.
Okay. Anyway,
Sorry.
we're gonna try to reach 100 followers first, and then subscribers first, and then we'll go into that. But anyway, thank you guys again. I appreciate you. We appreciate you, and we'll see you guys on the next podcast. Hope you enjoyed this today, and yeah, have a great day, afternoon, night, wherever you are. All right.
I
Peace
want to
out.
hug you.
Okay. Hug away. All right, guys. Peace.